being an artist these days is no longer just being an artist. It's being a jack of every single trade under the sun throughout the music industry. And now things you didn't like, now you have to be comfortable in front of a camera and a content person. And like you're basically a glorified YouTuber. And like we thought we left that shit in the past, you know?
And a marketer, you know, we've had a crash course of even marketing. But on the glass half full, it's such an empowering thing on one hand too, because now you don't have to just wait for the knight in shining armor record XYZ to sign you, or this magical manager that's going to take you to the promised land.
You can make a song today that, you know, millions of people will love.
It's harder. It's definitely easier if you have that team being able to prop you up and push you through all the noise, because there is a lot of bands and artists, but there is power in the fact that you do have a lot of those tools in the palm of your hands, that you can go a long way. And it still has to be the focus on the song.
Well, and I was going to say,
the song still has to be the most important thing, because at the end of the day, yes, there's some crappy music that definitely gets passed and gets blown up, but then where is it 5 seconds later?
Exactly.
So I feel that artists and bands should definitely keep the focus on the song first and foremost, because that can stand the test of time and the rest can fall into place later.
Yeah.
And we always came from kind of a DIY place anyway. Like all of our music, with very little exception, is basically the two of us doing it all, from initial songwriting to the final release, you know.
And it's not easy.
No, it's not. But since we came from that anyway, even from the beginning, it's not a huge leap to have our hands in everything. So it's a lot of work, but you know, it's worth it.
Exactly. It's a grind.
One thing I'm glad we left like way in the beginning of the pandemic are the baseless bullshit songs that would blow up out of nowhere, and then where are those artists 2 days later? Like,
Did
obviously
I just write the song of the summer?
Yeah, obviously we still see that on occasion, but you know, people have realized that you have zero staying power with the viral moment that is just a baseless song that really is not relatable to anybody.
Right.
And you feel kind of bad for them, because like they're just doing their thing, and like we're probably promised the world, and then a year later,
seasoned artists, it's not because they might have blown up with maybe not the greatest song. You know, there's still so much room for them to even grow. But what's sad is a lot of those during the pandemic got signed, and so they immediately go, oh, it's that easy, push a button and now like I'm signed and everything's great, and then they get dropped just
because they're expected to do that again and again.
Well, and then it starts making a lot of artists probably defeated in a lot of ways. So there's something to be said when maybe there's a slower burn, but it can actually reinforce the strength in the foundation.
And we see that with bands, you know, like that's been so great this year to really see that. People that have been following us for 6 years, people that just got into us a month ago or yesterday. You know,
or even before we started touring, because we started touring in 2018 when we got signed to our old record label.
The first EP came out the year before that.
And that's when we had an upflux of fans that we started seeing, when we're like, oh, this is really cool that now that we're touring, instead of just playing a few local shows, it's really making a difference. And then also the first flux of fans was before that era, when we were starting to get some more placements and stuff. We were seeing a little stir of some new fans. So it's really cool to see the fans from that time 6 years ago, and then in the last 6 years, just how much growth has happened. It's kind of endless. It's pretty interesting, the being online, just the discoverability on top of touring. It's does wonders.
Absolutely.